Although it feels I barely have begun, and this chapter on you is not complete, this poem has to be the final one. If I persist, I never will be done, and it is wise to recognise defeat, although it feels I barely have begun. My love is in my mind. I've been outrun, and I was never difficult to beat. This poem has to be the final one. This game becomes a twisted kind of fun, and every word already bittersweet, although it feels I barely have begun. To paper flesh, the pen's a loaded gun, with bullets almost rendered obsolete. This poem has to be the final one. I'll burn the many pages down to none and have the ashes scattered at your feet. Although it feels I barely have begun, this poem has to be the final one. We had run all the winding stairs, flights stacked up in a recurring letter D. Looking down, we imagined falling through them to the concrete floor. We wound a path through the rooms, traced concave doors with our hands, looking up at filigree ornamentation, never aiming only one way. The people negotiated the room's perimeter, glancing at intervals to you in the centre, oblivious like a portrait to your attraction. The lines of your figure are sinuous and deliberate, like Sheila's solid black chalk, to be traced by the eye unendingly. Your form settles firm where it stops, rendering awkward bearings elegant, exaggerated hands and feet locating me across a crowd. Built as a muse, you are applicable to everything, awakening even these deceased artists who reach out from their paintings to claim you.
Hey.
Now, with the coals, the dead steal in, to settle in the rafters' dust and drape their ragged sails, to take their rest from rolling on the mind, the song, the prayer, the dream, the swell of tireless grief, to seek oblivious company while we below tend our own fires in slow and peaceful time. They pass some unassuming hours, at ease to watch us gently when we have no thoughts of them. Never enough to fill my heart. This plugless bath with an eternal tap, thirsty for overflowing, but with every influx of the wishful deep is drained, retaining in the trap mere residue of what I could not keep. As with the glutton's will to eat, the urgent appetite is never spent. For having tasted what is sweet, and this in gulping excess past its fill, my heart could never be content, despite overabundance, overkill. Far from unthankful, I feel such that I give thanks with full receipt and crave more love because I love so much. And I rage, knowing only how to burn, reach on for things I cannot save, and love and take and drink and fill and yearn. Thank you. A memory once was the whiff of gin, a tired rhyme, song words misremembered to fit the meaning, guitar string vibrations, unsobering experiences, smoke, in lungs, in rooms, filling all spaces, words written and read and not written, a dodge, a duck, a dance around assembled totems, smoke and whiskey and other swirling, shapeless transparencies. A memory once was made of smoke, where now it takes the shape of dust on skin and hair, ink on paper, ink on skin. A harpooned heart on a notebook cover, a shot undodged, pieces of solid silver, and real bleeding hearts. Dust and ink, and paper and silver, of words both spoken and heard, and all the more surprising for it. A material more abundant, and therefore more difficult to remember, but unyielding. A memory once was smoke, that now is dust, dust on skin and hair, and real bleeding hearts. are right. It does hurt, and it's a pain quite far down from the source of the itch. To scratch means having to dig, and to dig very deep to get to the pain. And you are right in feeling the need to locate it, to visualise it as something physical. But where you will gouge your eyes on coming face to face with it, I think I will let it become a black hole in me, a nucleus around and into which I will twist and be sucked down, like water down a plug hole at the bottom of the deep, deep sea.